Hey YouTube, Outcast Andrew here. I've never made a video like this before, but I thought I'd give it a shot here. I was streaming on Twitch last night, some killer games, and I had a couple games where I was really put into a miserable no-win scenario based on the anti-camp mechanic. So I wanted to go through that and put this out here as a critique, get some feedback maybe somebody sees this and we can get a dialogue started on this because it's ridiculous the situation that was put into, and I kind of want to talk about it. So I had two games, both they happened maybe an hour apart. Ignore the stuff below me here. I literally have my camera over my other camera. I'm gonna play it without the audio. I don't want to be talking over myself. So this first match, I am Michael Myers on Groaning Storehouse. We're down to two generators here. I'm a dirty, filthy tunneler. They were slamming gens at the start, so I tunneled out the first guy, and now I'm down to the 3v1. Before I get to the actual video, I just want to showcase my build there. I call this the Omega Lunge. I have old school Myers with the tuft of hair mixed in with coup de grace and all shaking thunder for a over 300% total lunge distance in tier 3. And I'm about to hit one of those when we play it here. So, and I'll just kind of talk through what we're doing here. She drops a pallet and I Omega Lunge and get her down. All right, so we get her and we're gonna pick her up and we're going to go. Now we're down to 4 gens. This gen here's got about 50% left on it, and we're looking around. I was struggling. I was trying to find a hook there and I couldn't see it. This is another thing real quickly. I wish the hooks would glow even if you're looking directly at them. I wish it would glow right here because sometimes I just don't see them. They blend in with the trees and stuff. That's a me problem, but anyways. So we're gonna go to Shack and we hear one David vault the window. The other David is walking out the door there. That David with the long hair has sprint burst. That's important for later. So we're going to walk around here and we're going to look around, see if we can't find. That generator had about 50%. I'm walking over to this hill to get on it and see if I can see the long-haired David crossing over. And also I want to get my all shaking thunder again, drop off the hill. Coming back in here and David's working on the generator, walking sprint burster. We'll take that. We got enduring. We'll take that. We'll kick that. And then we head back. So we're kind of proxy camping and trying to keep them off the generator here. We see David get the unhook over here. We're going to do some stalking. We've dropped tier 3. We're going to do a little bit of stalking. While this is going on, long-haired David working on the generator. Smart play on their part. I popped tier 3. We're going to run around, chase this David. I'm a dum-dum and didn't realize my all-shaking thunder was gone. So this swing here was silly, but then I don't know why he didn't vault. I don't know what that was about. So thank you for the gimme there, bald David. Shirtless David. So we're going to pick him up and we're going to go hook in basement. Now, as we walk up the basement, this is the problem, and I want to explain the problem that we have right now. This generator's now maybe 80% what the other guy's been working on. We drop down, we hook this here. Okay, at this point, Laura has gone back to the generator on the other side of main there that she'd been working on when I downed her. And David is somewhere in the area. I know that the generator's been worked on because I've seen him and I can hear it's got progress. So I'm going to look around in basement just in case maybe he's hiding, but I'm not hanging out too long. I walk upstairs, I kick the generator, blast mine. Okay, cool. Nothing I can do about that. Get blast mine a little bit longer. While this happens, by the way, the Laura had just finished the other generator. So now we're down to 1 gen. Pretty split generators. I can't really hold any kind of a 3 gen. Now, knowing that David has been walking out of Shack a lot, I look around, see if I can track the David, see if he's edge map, come back in, and now actually on stream, I'm complaining, saying, see, the smart thing to do, I know that there is no gen progress anywhere on the map but right here. And I'll say this now. The smart thing to do right now is I know David's in the area. I know Laura finished all the other gen progress. Intelligent, strategic killer play would be to guard both the 80% gen and the hook. But I'm not allowed to because of the anti-camp mechanic, because it's not fair. If I leave the area, I'm Myers. I have no mobility. Look how far that generator is, and then the other generator's off to the right in the corner there. If I leave, I lose the game. But if I stay, the guy unhooks for free. So basically, devs, you've told me my options are stay and lose or leave and lose. That is bad game design. Let's continue to watch. So I want to go up on the hill. Every time I unpause, it gets bad quality. I want to go up on the hill and I want to get my all shaking thunder. I kind of look around trying to see if I can find the David anywhere. Can I see where he went? I can't see him. I know I'm too close right now, but you know what? I'm like, wait a minute. And I heard him. He didn't go for the save. He's working on the generator. He sprint bursts away. So now we're in a situation where he's working on the generator without going for the save. I have to leave, otherwise the save can Kobe. He's working on the generator that has all the progress. I kick the gen again. I go chase him off in the corner. Okay? At no point have I been camping basement. I came up, I kicked the generator, I looked edge map, I looked in a door, I looked in a locker. By the way, David was close enough that in the time it took me to walk around and get up onto the hill, he was already back in there. I get no grace period for there being a survivor nearby and stopping that anti-camp. I come over here, I think the anti-camp is still going up, even though I'm literally chasing a David and stalking him, right? All this time, by the way, Lara's across the map working on another generator. Smart move. Like, that's what you should be doing. I pop power because you can see David is about to go to struggle. I come back into Shack to see if I see the Lara here. Nope. And boom. David is allowed to Kobe. I came upstairs. I kicked the blast mine. I kicked the generator. I looked edge map. I looked in a locker. I left. David came back and worked on the generator instead of going for the save. I chased David out. I came back to the Shack at the last few seconds. And he can Kobe. As a result, at this point, I gave up. At this point, I was like, well, this is stupid, whatever. I chase the David, I down him over here, they pop a generator across the map, and that's the end of that. This is stupid. This is a bad game design. I don't understand what I was supposed to do in that situation, because my options are do what I did, in which case he gets a free unhook and the other David gets away. I mean, I basically did commit to chase on the David there, right? Like, I stalked him over here, and all I did was go back to cover the last second of the unhook to maybe stop the Lara from going. Again, smart macro play, smart map awareness. Now, unfortunately, she was working on a generator as opposed to going for the save. He was on first hook, so fair enough. My other option is leave, go find the Lara, and before they even get the unhook, the long-haired David finishes the generator, then gets the save, and they all get out anyway. As a killer, I have no agency. The strategic, intelligent thing to do is stay at Shack, camp this out, pressure the other David, and if this guy doesn't Kobe, then I can go and chase the long-haired David, the Lara, maybe get to the doors, maybe get some more hooks, maybe make it a more interesting end game, maybe they come for a save, whatever. Instead, I'm resorting to having to camp this guy out because whatever, it's over, they got the doors open. As a killer, this is a miserable mechanic to go against. David working on the generator instead of going for the save punishes me. It's a smart move by the David, but it's only smart because it's abusing this stupid mechanic, which is the anti-camp. The idea might be good, but the execution is in such a bad place right now that David, and I'm not blaming him, David abused that mechanic knowing he could work on the generator and then look at the results, right? He knows that if I hang out too much, even though he's in the area, if I hang out too much, I'm screwed. That was the first game. About an hour later, I was playing a Springtrap game. An hour later, I'm playing a Springtrap game. Now, I will say, this Tae Young, great chase. I hit him really early with my axe, and then he had a lot of really good, really good leaving the loop. I was trying to play a loop, he pressed W to the next one and stuff like that. Played smart, broke line of sight and left, and I was, he managed to make it, kind of around 50% of the map and whatever. As a result, 2 generators are just about to pop. This generator nearby has about 80% progress again. 2 generators are gonna pop right now. Sorry, 1 generator pops there. I'm gonna walk over here. We see the Yunjin running away. This one feels good. I don't play a lot of Springtrap. Oh, that hatchet makes me feel good. That fire axe makes me feel good. So we're gonna walk over here. I just hit Yunjin. I kick this. I come over here, second generator pops. Okay, cool. So basically about a minute and a half chase-ish. So we're gonna see the Leon. We run over. I'm nowhere near the hook right now. Hit Leon with the axe. Perfect. I'm gonna look back at the generator, look back at the hook real quick, see if anyone's coming in for the unhook, and look at this. The other Tae Young is not going for the save, is working on the 80% generator right beside the hook. I gave room for the unhook. He had plenty of time based on the fact that he was already on the generator, could have got the unhook. I injured the other 2 survivors, came back to hook, and this is what happens. I hit him. Now, look in the situation I'm in. Everybody's injured. Someone's on hook. The only gen progress, besides what Yunjin has done since I injured her, the only gen progress is on the hook. The intelligent thing to do here is now they've got greedy, camp the hook to second stage, or at least proxy so I stop these guys from getting a free unhook. They're injured, so it's hard, but get a down out of the unhook. I chase off the Leon. I miss here because, like I said, I'm boosted. I come back. He's coming in. Look how close he is to the hook. And yet anti-camp is still going up, and Leon's there, boom, he gets the Kobe again. What do I do as a killer? I hit the Leon, I hit the Yunjin. As I run around Shack, I look over and Taeyong is working on the generator instead of getting the unhook, which is again, smart, because what happens if I come back? This happens. That's a smart move. It's only smart though, because the mechanics are so broken in the favor of the survivors. I end up, I'm running an endgame build, so I chase the Kobe a little bit. I missed that hatchet there. I chased the Kobe, he dead hards, great dead hard by the way. So I'll let this play out while I'm talking. He has a really great dead hard over here. I decided to leave. I wound up getting like 3-4 hooks before endgame. It wasn't a great game. Great dead hard, great dead hard. Well played, buddy. Good timing. So that's where we are. And that's why I'm making this video. That's 2 games in the period of maybe an hour, hour and a half, where as the killer, I am not allowed to make a smart decision. I'm not allowed to make a strategic decision. I'm put in a position of leave and lose or stay and lose. That is bad game design. I get the reason for anti-camp. I get it. Bubba face camping somebody is not fun, okay? But the reality is any intelligent survivor knows that if the killer is face camping their first hook, you go complete 3 generators for that first hook. You can literally let them hang on hook. Depending on how long the first chase lasted, you can get, that's 4 gens. You go complete the rest of the generators. You let the person on hook get some points and credit for the generators popping around the map. Like, I think that should be a thing. I think that while you dangle on hook, even if the killer is sniffing your shoes, other generators getting completed, you are helping your team by being there. You are an objective for the killer sitting on hook. Remove anti-camp entirely and then put in something where certain killers, I mean, already Vecna can't put a vine underneath the hook. Artist can't place birds close to the hook. So why not make it so Bubba can't start his chainsaw unless he's a certain distance away from the hook? Like, you could do something like that, right? You can make it so that certain powers can't be used close to the hook because that's already a mechanic, right? Regardless, this is not acceptable. Those are 2 games where I was in a dominating position, but because of the hand-holding anti-camp babysitter mechanic, I literally lost. I mean, I had 2K in both games, but I went from a commanding position to a draw. And I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's good for the game. We're already dealing right now with the fast track meta and all the other, there's so many complaints about how miserable it is to play killer right now. This is not acceptable behavior. We gotta fix this. So here's my 2 recommendations. Get rid of anti-camp, or you need to heavily delay the meter if any survivor is anywhere nearby and have some good lag on that. Like, I get that you come into a position where killer goes away, survivor comes in, killer comes in, survivor runs, killer goes, you get to doing this. Sure, I see that. Sometimes you just got to trade a hook. I don't see why that's a negative thing. More survivors should know how to double unhook, right? Like, I feel like teaching survivors good teamwork skills is way better than taking that out of the game and making it brain dead for survivors so that they get handed things for free rather than playing strategically. Those survivors in that game, this was a mistake. They messed up, okay? When they worked on that generator, they messed up. I have everybody injured in a hook. That guy should automatically go to struggle and they should have to go and reset. That is the way the game should play. But since anti-camp, nope, free Kobe and it's fine. Anyways, I'm not gonna rant on this any longer. I'm probably gonna cut this down because I've ranted a little bit too much anyways. I just wanted to highlight what a problem this scenario is, how frequent it can happen, and just maybe bring to light. I don't know if anyone's gonna see this. Hopefully I would love it if somebody at Behavior, if anybody sees this and has a back channel to Behavior, please show them this video and let them know. And I'm gonna let last night's me end this video, so take it away, me. What am I supposed to do, Behavior? What am I supposed to do? What would you like me to do? What would you like me to do in that situation where the survivor will not leave? So dumb.